Hello traders and welcome back to the Rich Spirit channel in YouTube to watch the next weekly Forex analysis. It's our time guys, so let's get started. Let's prepare the best setups for this week and let's make some motherfucking money. First, what we are about to see is of course the EUR/USD chart, and I'm on the daily chart. As you can see, there is a beautiful downtrend still going on the EUR/USD. What have happened recently the previous week is this actual drop to the previous daily support, which was expected because we're in a downtrend and because this move is looking much more to a correction of this whole big move. Because look at the size of these candles, guys. This is straight tips for beginners. If your candlesticks are so smaller than the previous impulse, then it's probably a correction. Of course, not every time, but most of the time. What was our previous analysis? Well, if we had broken this strong level of resistance, we could have the double bottom pattern, which is here the left bottom and the right bottom, which gives us a nice opportunity. If we break this level of resistance right here, we do have another continuation to the upside, because the double bottom pattern is a reversal, but we actually have respected the downtrend, so we're still following. And now, if we're with the trend, we should drop even more the next weeks, which means reaching some much forgotten levels of support. And let's see where are these on the weekly chart. As you can see, price haven't been so low since 2016, but let's now look at the past. And what we have here, price have never been so low until maybe, let's get it back. Yeah, this green level is beautiful, and I will draw one more just to catch these two highs over here. If you can see, that is our next area of support, so we can easily tap into this area on the daily. It looks just like this. Boom. Excuse me. Now, what is our plan for the next week? If anyways we start continue bouncing up here inside and out, then we have the triangle. So here is your triangle, and if we break below the triangle, of course we have a bigger chance to continue to the downside. Usually it goes nearly as much as the size of the whole triangle structure, so we can drop even more than this little level which I have shown you and go to the lower support area, and that would be nice. But first, what's going on? This is a strong support area, so we can also go bullish and break this downtrend and tap once again this bigger downtrend in green color, the one here. Okay, and that would be nice because here we also have another resistance area, and we can have a little consolidation around this zone right here. So if we do have this, if we create this order block of buyers and sellers, once we break out finally, we will have a strong bullish or bearish move, and that could drive us to the next support area. By the way, if it's bearish, if it's bullish, we have a nice level of resistance back here. Okay guys, that's a little bit swing scenarios, but we have to expect everything in the market. Now on the daily chart, what we can see, a push to the downside, but two rejections in Friday and the day before. So we have once rejected the zone here and another time in Friday here. So it looks to me like a little bit of pullback is gonna be healthy to the market. Now let's move to the other charts, guys, because there are much more interesting charts. On the Euro GBP, we have spoken about a bullish trend right here, which is still going. And it is after a break of a long-term downtrend. As you can see, we have the first breakout, then the correction, retest of the trend. The price couldn't get back in the trend, so we started reversing, and now we are in a bullish trend. Now, what we could expect, I'll just share with you one of my trades for the last week. You see this beautiful, let's first draw the trend line. You see this beautiful 4-hour engulfing candle. That's a price action signal which we can use. So I bought straight after we have printed this 4-hour candle, and my take profit target was, let me show you this hidden channel right here. Okay, that's the upper side of the channel. So my take profit target was here. Anyways, I was a little bit afraid because the euro was crazy moving last week. I have ended taking profit somewhere here, which was a nice trade, one-to-one trade, because my stop loss was below the candle somewhere here, I believe. So that's probably like one-to-one. I bought a little bit earlier. You see, I risked that much to make that much, and that's okay. Now, if we continue with this trending channel, we can continue bullish. That's a good opportunity, guys. So we now need a little bit more of a pullback, probably to the 70. Here is one zone, 78%, or even from the 61%, we can find some buyers and get the price again pumping to the upside. This is the 4-hour chart. On the daily, we can see that we have actually a little bit of resistance right here. All these 3 wicks are telling you one thing: it is a resistance. So if we respect this resistance, okay, back to the charts, guys. If we respect this resistance and if the price creates some strong bearish candle, we can correct a little bit this bullish trend, and we can go much lower, probably to these highs over here and these lows over here. So a correction happens sometimes in the market. And if we draw our Fibonacci level, we have two zones, the 50% and the 61%, which can act as a good support areas for new buys. And that's it, what I expect from this market. If that doesn't happen, we continue with the trend, and as you can see, we have a lot of space to the upside. So if we buy here, we can get a nice profit somewhere on the upper side of the channel, the bullish channel. Okay, and I'm switching up to the next chart, and let this be GBP USD. Do we have it? We still have it. Okay, here we have reached again the support area on the daily chart, which means that this chart gives us a nice opportunity for another bullish setup, because we have respected once this zone. This may act as a nice strong support, and if the euro go bullish, the GBP USD should also go bullish. So we have here a little bit hidden trend, which can act as a first take profit target. Also, you have a little bit of resistance right here. Let me leave that up, place it like that. This low, these two highs, and this high over here. I believe this is a good area of resistance. So all this area you can observe for any sell signals to take your profits. Or I have another scenario for you, and it is with continue even higher to this resistance over here or to these previous highs. But I'm more likely to see a continuation to the downside, something like this. Observing the chart. Now let's see it from a little bit above. See, do we have some sort of pattern? Of course we can make something like a head and shoulders here, looking like this, let's say, and go back bullish. But that is a little bit of another bullish, very bullish correcting scenario. Anyways, we are ready for the market, so let's see what the candlesticks, what the price action will give us, and let's execute on our plan. Now, back on the OD USD, guys, and this is something interesting, another area where we can find some support. This is the daily chart, and I already have some support zone, but let's see if it's correct. So we have this lows over here, that is a good support. This low over here, a little bit highs. Yeah, but actually this whole thing is, you see this big consolidation, this whole thing can be a nice support zone, and here we can form a new consolidation like this one. So here when we may see some consolidation just like on the euro I have shown you. Let's go back to the euro on the daily, and I have told you that here we may see continuation of the consolidation area. Also we have a nice support which can gives us a nice bullish opportunity, and that would be great because here we have a very strong resistance, and if we can manage to push the price above this high, we can easily get back to these previous highs. That would be a very nice trade. But first we need to wait for a nice bullish signal or setup, maybe some head and shoulders pattern on the lower time frames, or maybe some double bottom. That would be nice. Now let's see the USD JPY, and here honestly guys, let's see the weekly chart, and I have marked one support and resistance zone. I will lift it a little bit upside so we can have the current situation. Now here are two scenarios for you guys. If the sellers hold this resistance level, then we must expect some correction of the market. And this is the first thing, and I'm going to share with you that I'm already a little bearish on this market, since I have a little bit of sales on this pair. The reason why is the two reversal weekly signals we have on the weekly chart, these two pin bars. Of course this is only an early sign, and we need another third candle to confirm that, maybe some strong bearish engulfing candle. That would be nice. And also we have already a bearish signal on the daily chart. So first was this engulfing candle, but usually we don't enter on the first engulfing candle because it's very risky. You see, the first time we had a little bit push to the downside, which could make us a little bit of money, but on the second bearish engulfing, we actually have rejected the price and we continued bullish, not bearish. So in this case, guys, we have a third bearish engulfing candle, which for me is a sell signal, and I'm going to hold this sell probably to these lows over here, or to this beautiful low, or why not even to this previous support zone. I will just observe the lower time frame and see if there are some nice rejections on the 4-hour chart. So 3 zones here, one will be this zone, and if I have a rejection, I will leave that chart. For example, the price drops to here, we get a rejection, I exit the trade, the price makes a little bit of correction, and then continue to the downside from this support and resistance zone. Okay, so here I will observe for a next sell signal, and I can enter for the breakout of this support area. And if that happens, first target here, second target here. That is this is how I trade, this is how I do my setups. And I didn't trade this pair before. What is this advertisement? Top 5 scams in the world. I'm not interested. And that's it, guys. That is how I trade. Now let's move to some other chart here. Gold was very interesting, and here I have made a lot of losses, guys. I will share with you about my losses because no, Forex is not about only winners. Actually, in my trading strategy, maybe the bigger part of my trading are losses, but managing the risk the right way, I can make some money at the end of the day. So here I have tried to buy on every strong bullish candle, and every time the price rejected, you see one here, one here, one here, these green bullish candles, one here, and I already have given up. That's why I still didn't bought here. Actually bought a little bit, but closed with a very small profit. I believe it was the 15-minute chart. Yes, but I should have let this trade go because on the 4-hour chart it looks great. Now we have two bullish candles, and on the daily you can see a nice pin bar, which is a usually sell signal. So we are back on the support area here, and if we start with a bullish run, and if we break this resistance area, this downtrend, we can easily head back to this resistance and the one right here. That is a beautiful setup. For now we are still in a big consolidation, so usually what we don't trade during such a consolidations, we only wait for the breakout, or a bullish breakout or a bearish breakout. But there are also many strategies, so you can sell at the highs and buy at the lows of the consolidation and make money on the way to the upside or the downside. For now, I think that gold will move up since the dollar is so overvalued. For me, gold have a potential to rise. Well, what if it doesn't rise? What if it goes bearish? Then we go first to this little support area and then straight to this lower target. Because you see, guys, these are the areas where the big money, the big banks and institutions have entered. I'm sure 100% their trades, and they have rallied the price a few times. So that could be a potential support area in the future. But if we start breaking, we definitely have a chance to chase these previous highs and maybe break it. This time, maybe we can break it. And that's something which I will observe and I will hope for. And I will look for long-term opportunities. On the S&P 500, guys, we can see that we are also in a bearish trend. So everything against the dollar is super bearish, including this beautiful chart right here. And now, what do we have? We have the bearish power in play. in this beautiful channel, which now I expect we to have a little bit of pullback to these previous highs, and this would be a very important area which you should pay attention to, where the price have bounced off previously and where bounced up, bounced off, where we can find resistance. If we break this area of resistance, so this is a very special zone for you guys, observe it for some reversal or continuation of patterns. If we break this zone, we are going back to this area right here, then we should probably get a retest of the same trending channel and finally create the bullish trend by making a new higher high. That is what usually happens after a breaking out of the channel. Also, have in mind that most of the breakouts are fake, so we may falsely break the channel, and they then go back in the trade and continue within its direction. So have in mind that something happens. For now, I can't tell you much, but if the euro, the gold, and all other pairs are bullish against the dollar, then we can expect a little bit of pullback here. And actually, the price is attractive for the buyers, because on the weekly, we can see that we have reached a nice support area, maybe somewhere here. Let's get back and see what we have. Okay, this broker doesn't gives us a lot of information, but yeah, we can definitely call this a support area since it have been supported in the past. And that's it, guys. Let's see if we can find something else interesting. What do we have on the USD CAD? Okay, here we have reached the previous resistance, so probably we will see some bearishness on this market. So we have resistance on all USD pairs, but also a very strong dollar. So what is possible with to happen, we to observe is also a breakout of this smashing resistance and continuation of the dominance of the dollar. And this is something which will shock a lot of sellers, but it will be something just confirming the trending strategies and the markets that are trending, because for months US dollar is super trending bullish. Do I have something else for you guys? I think that is all I have for you for this week. Of course, we can check something secondary. This is the New Zealand JPY. And we have the double top here. And support somewhere here. So we can have a little bit of pullback here also. Gold we have seen. Bitcoin, I wish I could show you Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is also at a very attractive price, around 18,000. I believe today it hit 19,000 or still Friday, but it has a potential for a bullish move. It can also drop a little bit more, and I'm interested for a buy around 18,000 or 18,500. If that level breaks, I'm not interested in buying Bitcoin unless it goes to like 5,000, and that's it. Okay, guys, I wish you successful trading. Keep smashing these Forex charts, prepare your setups, and keep your risk small, because this is the only protection which we have on the Forex market. If we are too greedy, if we put too many trades, we will lose money, and that is a proven fact. Trust me, I have been in the game for years and I still lose when I do these mistakes. So keep going forward and never look back. Even if you lost some trades, some accounts, doesn't matter. It's trading weekend. Peace out.
All I need is